All right, today we're going to be looking at 3 different sets of gaming headsets, all under $100. The question is, how much do you really need to spend to find a great headset in this price range? Secret? The answer is not a lot. All right, now that that's out of the way, I'll see you guys after the title. Welcome back, guys. The first gaming headset we're going to be looking at today are the MPOW Air SE wired version. I picked these up on Amazon for right around $30, so they represent a really good value. How about we head over, get these unboxed, and I'll give you my initial thoughts. All right, today we're going to be starting out with the MPOW Air SE gaming headset wired edition. Comes in a simple box, nothing fancy here. Clear picture of the headset on the front, some specs on the side, some more specs on the other side, some more detailed specs on the back. All right, let's get this opened up and see what it looks like. All right, it looks like these come in just a simple bubble wrapped baggie. Instruction manual. Looks like a 3.5 millimeter splitter for headphones and microphone. And here is the headset itself. Not too bad looking. It's got MPOW on the side ear cups. Microphone, non-removable. It's got MPOW embossed on the top. Overall, these don't look too bad. They feel pretty good. The ear muffins feel pretty soft. The headband cushion feels really soft. See, right and left are clearly labeled. Ear cups are expandable. All right, now that we've got those out of the box, let's move on to the next set. Okay, next up we have the MPOW Air wireless gaming headset. Basically, it's the upgraded version of what we just looked at, so I'm not gonna bother you guys too much with the unboxing of this. Let's quickly take a look to see what's in the box. Another bubble wrapped baggie. Instruction manual. The headset itself looks extremely similar to the wired version. Same kind of cushion on the ear cups, same kind of padding on the headband, same expandable ear cups, excuse me. Same non-removable mic. But it looks like we have a microphone mute button here on the front. Very clicky. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, I assume, so you can use these wired if you want. Micro USB charging port. Another clicky power button. And a vine scroll wheel. All right, what comes in this bag here? Looks like we have wireless dongle, nothing special here. And we have the micro USB charging cable. And the 3.5 millimeter wired headphone cable. Once again, nothing too fancy, nothing too special. All right, now that that's wrapped up, let's take a look to see what our third set of headphones are. Okay, and lastly, we have the HyperX Clouds Stinger Core Wireless. As you can see, It's got many of the specs on the front. Not really much else. I mean, it's a box. These are the most expensive out of the bunch, so you can tell it's got a slightly higher build quality to the box. Not that it really matters. Let's get these unboxed. Okay, we're greeted with the instruction manuals on top. Let's get those out of the way. And the headset itself. If I can get it out of here. Alright, let's get it out of this plastic here. Alright, so this headset looks pretty good in white. I was kind of torn on whether to get the black or white, but I figured I'd throw some style in here. Feel pretty good. These are a set of wireless headset. Flip up the mic, or mute mic, excuse me. Instead of the leatherette material, this has got the mesh material on it. Doesn't feel quite as soft as the MPOW set. I like the blue accents on it though, it looks nice. Unlike the other MPOW set that was wireless, these have USB-C for charging, volume scroll wheel, and just your power button since it has a flip up muting mic. And this just comes with a USB-C charging cable and your USB dongle to connect to a computer, PS5, whatever. Okay, now that I've had a chance to spend a few weeks with these different headsets, I'm going to give you my thoughts on them, plus a comparison to my SteelSeries Arctis 1. All right, let's talk about sound quality of the MPOW Air SE wired version. Playing Apex Legends on PC, voices were crisp and clear, explosions and other sound effects sounded great. I've also played Final Fantasy VII Remake on my PS4 and Age of Calamity on my Nintendo Switch. The story goes the same way. Everything sounded great, vocals were crisp and clean and clear, explosions and other sound effects sounded great. Just across the board, it was a good sounding headset while gaming. For only $30, you can color me impressed. I also took time to catch up on a couple TV shows and some movies that I've been meaning to watch. The same story carries over from gaming. Voices and other sound effects sounded great. Music and other things sounded good too. No complaints on the video watching. Where these kind of fell flat was listening to music. I listen to a lot of different genres of music. These sounded pretty good at low to mid volumes, but the bass kind of started to sound very muddy at the higher volumes. And it really depends on what kind of music you listen to, how much you'll enjoy listening to music on these headphones. I know for me, when I use a pair of gaming headset on my PC or whatever, I use them for everything. So that includes watching TV, watching movies, obviously playing games, and listening to music. I also use this headset for video calls and audio calls at work. Everyone said my voice sounded natural and clean. No one had any issues hearing me clearly. No reports of any dropouts, nothing like that. The microphone stayed in place for the most part as I was using it. I can't attest to how that would hold up over time since the adjustment mechanism does feel a little flimsy. I had no problem with the cable length while using these headsets. I use them on my Switch, like I said, on my PS4, plugged in the controller, and on my desktop. No issues whatsoever. The mic mute slider and the volume scroll wheel worked great. No issues with that at all either. Here's an audio sample from the MPOW Air SE Wired Edition. The fish turned and twisted on the bent hook, and the beauty of the view stunned the young boy. I think the worst thing I can say about this headset is that it lacks an important feature that I use a lot, a game/chat mixer. Now, a lot of times you can change these audio settings in the game that you're playing, but that's not always convenient to do. So I did miss that feature. But at only $30, I'm willing to give it up. All right, next up, we're going to be talking about the MPOW Air wireless headphones. The sound quality is basically identical to the wired set. I could tell no difference using the wireless set compared to the wired set. The big difference that I found in sound quality difference was the microphone quality. Overall, the microphone volume was a little bit lower and my voice sounded much more compressed. Now, this is natural for a wireless set compared to a wired set, which is using analog. I did have a few sound drops, but they remedied themselves very quickly. And that was more along the lines like the first week or so I was using it. The last couple weeks after that, I did not have any additional issues. Once again, for double the price of the wired version at $60, this is a great value headset.
Here's an audio sample from the MPOW Air Wireless Edition. The fish turned and twisted on the bent hook, and the beauty of the view stunned the young boy.
Another thing to note is the battery life is rated at 17 hours. In real life usage, I got 10 to 12 maybe, which overall is not that bad in this price range. All right, I do have some nitpicks with this headset. Mic quality, as I stated before, wasn't the best, although I didn't have any reports of issues of people hearing me on work calls or video calls or my teammates at Apex Legends. The buttons are extremely loud to press. They get even worse when they're on your head and you're trying to turn it off or mute the mic, and it's very annoying. And this headset also does not have a game/chat mixer feature built in. Disappointing, yes, but not unexpected once again for this price range. Lastly, we have the HyperX Clouds Stinger Core Wireless. These sounded pretty good while gaming, although I do have to say that the high notes sounded almost harsh at times, and the bass sounded very muddy at times or too strong. Overall, gaming sounded fine. Playing Apex, I didn't have any problems hearing enemies or pinpointing where things were at the map. Sounded great on my PS4. Worked with my Switch, docked only. I obviously spent time using this headset to watch movies and TV with. Not impressed in the least bit. Voices sounded almost drowned out, and that was due a lot to the bass just overpowering everything in this headset. No matter what show I watched, no matter what genre movie I was watching, everything just sounded off. Quiet in not a volume way, but I had problems hearing voices and other sound effects over the bass being too strong. This headset does get very loud without distorting, so that's great. Okay, moving on to music. The HyperX were a joy to listen to while listening to rap or hip hop due to the bass heavy nature of this headset. But pretty much everything else was not great. It got the job done, but it wasn't super enjoyable. This is R&B to rock to jazz. The bass was just too much to listen to that music and really enjoy it. The mic quality also was oddly a little bit worse than the MPOW wireless version. My voice came across a little quieter and actually a little more compressed. Here's a voice sample.
Here's an audio sample from the HyperX Clouds Stinger Core Wireless. The fish twisted and turned on the bent hook, and the beauty of the view stunned the young boy.
Also, with these ear muffins being made out of mesh, it kept my ears a little bit cooler, but the top cushion wasn't quite as comfortable as the MPOW sets. Battery life for this headset is rated at 17 hours, and in real life, I got 12 to 15 hours. Overall, pretty good. All right, I think my overall biggest problem with this headset was the sound quality and microphone quality in general. As I stated before, for $80, the sound quality just wasn't there for me. No one reported any issues with my mic, but I really just didn't like the way it sounded. Okay, so here's the bottom line. For my money, I would buy the MPOW Air Wireless Edition. The HyperX Cloud Stinger wireless blah 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 is just too expensive for having worse sound quality than the other two options. I personally prefer wireless headphones, so that's what I would choose. If you don't care about wireless or don't have the $60 to spend, then the MPOW Air SE wired edition is a great choice to go with. Sound quality is comparable between the two. It really depends on what fits in your budget. I would definitely not consider the HyperX. At $80, it's a much more expensive option, especially compared to the $30 wired edition of the MPOWs. Sound quality is worse on the HyperX, the mic quality is worse. Yes, you do get a slightly better build quality and a slightly better user experience just based on the functionality of the headset. Is it worth it? No, it's not. All right, now a quick comparison to the SteelSeries Arctis Ones that I use every day for work, gaming, and everything between. This headset is an amazing pair for only $100. If it's within your budget, I would definitely consider pointing you in this direction. It's got a removable microphone. The ear muffins are cushy and comfortable. It's lightweight. It's got a USB-C dongle to use for wireless. It works with your Nintendo Switch. It works with a PS4 with an adapter. It works on PC without a problem. Long battery life, microphone sounds good. Sound quality is excellent. I would definitely recommend these at this price point. If you can't afford $100, like I said, the MPOW Air Wireless Edition is the one to go with. What's up, guys? Let me start by saying thank you for the view today. And if you're curious to see how this goes, or just want to see if this channel crashes and burns, please consider hitting that subscribe button and maybe, just maybe, hitting that like button as well.